So today is Saturday the 24th of February, so this means you will see this on the 26th. I'd just like to say apologies for not being on last week, but the kids were in half term, so I didn't get that much stitching done to warrant a floss tube. But what I've done is added up last week's and this week's progress. So altogether this last fortnight I have done 5,922 stitches, which is really cool to see. I'd say that's probably about average of what I do anyway. I've done quite a few projects and I'm just going to pick them randomly off this pile next to me. So I hope that everyone is doing okay. I am loving the sunshine that has started to appear. It's still really cold though. It's kind of like that deceiving weather where it's lovely and sunny and you go outside and it's still freezing. Yesterday I actually tried to cut my grass and realised that the garden was flooded because the day before, or the two days before that, we'd had like really bad rain. So half of the garden was flooded. I put my feet in it and it was like that squish. So yeah, it's really deceiving, but it looks really nice and sunny outside. I can't wait for the warmer weather, to be honest with you. I am really looking forward to spring. I really do like spring. So the first one that I've got here is Prefects bathroom. And here's what it looked like the last time you saw it. I don't think I've worked on this one for a while. I'm trying to think when was the last time I worked on it. I just picked it up randomly. All the stitches that I've done, all the charts that I've done this week, I picked up randomly. So here is Prefects bathroom now. And I realised that I don't need to hold the cross stitches so close to the camera, because sometimes it distorts the focus of the camera, because before I'd have them like really close like this and it was kind of distorting the camera. So I'm going to try and keep it next to me from now on. But I did, how many stitches did I do this week on Prefects bathroom? 540 stitches, and I only worked on Prefects bathroom this week. I did 2 days worth of progress on this, and that gives me a total of 3.65%. I'm doing the black and the colour at the same time, but there's a lovely lady stitching jet, Sarah, that I will mention in the comments below, that is just doing the black, and she is flying by in her progress. Hers looks really cool with just the black, but I'm doing the colour as I go. This chart is no longer available from where I purchased it from a seller on Etsy. They have disappeared, and I've noticed quite a few sellers have disappeared lately off Etsy. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because of fees. Well, my shop's on holiday mode at the minute as well, but I've noticed an awful lot of shops have disappeared, but I think you can still get this chart from other sellers on Etsy. Whether it's a licensing issue, I don't know, because this is based off of Harry Potter and it's obviously not a licensed chart, so that could be the reason why as well. So next I have my Heaven and Earth Designs Stitch Along, or SAL, and here is what it looked like the last time you saw it. So I am doing the cat, and I did 2 days on this. Now I have stopped pressurising myself to work on this during the day as much as I was. And as long as I can get the first 4 pages done this year, I'm going to be pretty happy with that. But here is my progress at the minute. So I did 2 days worth, and that gave me a total of 356 stitches. So this one, at the minute, it says 28.29%, but I only have the first couple of pages because it's a sale. We don't have all the pages, so that percentage will change when we get the next lot in April, I believe. The next set of pages come along. But I am enjoying it when I feel like picking it up now. Instead of pressurising myself to work on it every day while I homeschool, I've just picked it up as and when I felt like it now instead, and it is working out an awful lot better for me. I'm much happier to stitch it now, so I don't think it's going to be done by the end of the year, but I will just do whatever I feel like on it. One that I worked on is Tomb Raider. Now I done a stitch with me last week. While I didn't film a floss tube, I decided to film a stitch with me because it was pretty much easier because I could do a voiceover when the house was quiet. So here's what it looked like the last time you saw it. And here's what it looks like now. I did 344 stitches on the Stitch With Me that I filmed last week, and that gives me a total of 0.24%. So not much. Well, 0.24. I don't know why I said 24. 0.24%, so I'm not even at 1% yet. I do still struggle with this fabric. I have been tempted to put it in a frame, but because I'm using it on the Stitch With Me, it's quite difficult to film on the frame just because of the space that I have. At the minute, I have one of them overhead cameras and I'm leaning on the table when I stitch it, but I am going to try and probably experiment a bit more with the way I film my Stitch With Me's. I haven't found the perfect way yet, and this fabric is not helping. It's very, I've said it before, but it's very plasticky and very, very stiff. It's Lucas S fabric, 25 count. I can't remember if it's got a certain name, but somebody did say before that this comes in the petite point sets that they sell. And it's very difficult. It's not difficult to stitch with, like the threads go through it really nicely, but it's difficult to see because it's so see-through. All my fabric at the minute is bunched at the back, so you can't really see through it, but if I was to take that away, it is very, very see-through. So in certain lights it's difficult to see where I am, and it's also difficult to handle. But as I said, I will experiment with ways to do the Stitch With Me's in the future. The last one I noticed was a bit echoey with the voiceover as well, so that's something else that I need to work on if you watch them. So next up, I fancied working on Poinsettia Pixie this week. Now this one I am doing just the black, and then I'm going to go back and do all the colour. So here's what it looked like the last time you saw it. And here is what she looks like now. I have moved the hoop. Is that the right way around? Yes, yes it is. So I have moved the hoop. There is more this way. I'm still at the top in her hair. I'm doing the flower in her hair at the minute. And this one is being stitched on 25 count easy count fabric. So I have got to the end though. This is the end of the actual chart, which is good. This is what I wanted to do. I wanted to get to the end of the chart, and I have stitched 601 stitches in the last 2 weeks, but I only did 2 days worth of stitching on this. And it's now at 3.53%. Why do I say 53? 53. 3.53%. But yeah, this is really cool to just stitch when you want something easy because it's just black. So next up is my Long Dog sampler. Now I am stitching this in a variegated floss from a lovely lady called Natalie Stewart. That's her website. I don't know if that's her real name, but her website is Natalie Stewart. And I've got some beautiful like purple. It's got purple, pink and blue, or purple, lilac and blue colours in the floss. So here's what it looked like the last time you saw it. And I only did 282 stitches, but here's what it looks like now. Now this one was hard to pick up last time, so I'm going to come a little bit closer. So I have sort of worked underneath here. Is that better? I really don't like putting this one on camera because it really doesn't want to focus, but I have got the words hope is at the minute. And as I said before with this one, I don't work in any sort of direction with this one. I'm kind of going all over the place. So you can probably see that the colours are kind of going a bit nuts. But I quite like it. I like the way this one looks like that. So as I said, I did 282 stitches and this one is at 2.13%. I'm really, really enjoying this one. I am working on 28 count fabric. It was gridded, but I washed it. I actually made the mistake of starting to stitch on it before I washed it, so I panicked and had to go and wash it because I weren't sure if the variegated floss was colour fast. And it is 28 count, as I said, and I'm doing 1 strand full cross on this one, and I actually do really like it. It's very, very small, but this is the only thing I think I'm stitching on that's 1 strand, so it's manageable on the one chart. Next up is the focus piece for February, which is Venom. So my focus piece, I like to stitch on it 3 times a week if I can. I don't think I did the whole 6 days though, because it's been 2 weeks. I've done 1, 2, 3, 4. So I missed out on 2 days worth of stitching on this, but here's what it looked like the last time you saw it. And here's what it looks like now. I am so close to finishing the end of this page here. So close. I've just got all of this part of the eye done, and I just need to do the top of his head here, but there's an awful lot of confetti in there. There's about 3 or 4 different tones of white and then just tons of confetti. There's a little bit of black left, I think, but I'm trying not to get carried away and just do the black, because when there is black, there's a lot of it. And I want to get all the little ninja stitches done. So I don't want to have to go back and do the 1 stitch here and there, because I hate doing that. So this one I did 826 stitches, and it is now at 27.9%. So it is looking good. And I've got another week or so left, about a week left on this one before we get to March's focus, which I cannot remember what it is. I'll have to look it up. So I really want to push for this one and get as much as I can done this week coming. Now, the next one is my soda stitch. I'm going to have to undo some of these clips. I'll take it out the hoop, because I've moved the hoop and it's kind of squished on one of the cat's faces. So soda stitch is for my first grandchild that I'm expecting in June. And here's what it looked like the last time you saw it. And here is what it looks like now. So I finished, I'll put it closer. I finished this cat and I decided to do the back stitch so I can just move along to the next key. So now I'm working on the next key. This is the middle cat on the chart. And I'm going to work all the way across here and then go all the way back when I'm done. This is such a fun stitch though. A really fun stitch. The fabric is DMC Sandstorm, and I'm doing it in 16 count, 2 strands, full cross, which is actually really sweet. I'm glad I decided to do it in this size. It's worked out really well. And this fabric is really hit myself in the glasses. This fabric is really nice. I was a bit concerned about the white in the chart against this fabric, but it's not white. It's got tones of pink, yellow, peach, and white in it, so it's kind of helping against that white kitty stand out a bit more. But yes, I am very happy with this one, and I did I say how many I did? 770 stitches this week. Well, this fortnight. So that gives me 23.34%. So I've got an awful lot of progress done on this week, this fortnight. I'm very happy with that. I'll put that over there because I need to put it back in the hoop. So the last one that I've got to show you today is my biggest project. It is the Lord of the Rings. Unfortunately, I cannot find this pattern anymore as well. But if you haven't been here before, I am trying to finish this pattern before my 40th birthday, and I am now 33. So I've got 6.5-ish years to do it. And here's what it looked like the last time you saw it. And here is what it looks like now. I have moved the hoop. So I've moved it down a little bit as the top is up here. But I have finished that page that I was working on the last time you were here. And I have decided to just go wherever on this space. So I'm not going to move the hoop again, I've decided, until I've finished all of this. So this is what we will see for a long old time. But instead of going, like a normal left to right or from the corner down, I just want to fill it. I just want to see something, because I'm going to be working on this one for a long time. And I know the corners are boring most of the time on charts, but I don't want to just spend my first year or 2 years or 3 years doing corners. I want something in this picture. So I'm going to go this way, that way, wherever, but I'm going to stay on this hoop until it is done. So hopefully we can see some really cool features. For the last 2 weeks, I have done 2,203 stitches. Now, if you've not been here before, I usually stitch 200 stitches a night on this one, just to keep it ticking over. And it looks like every night I did that, except for one day where I did 173. So most of the time I do try and get to the 200 stitches. And it's such a good fun picture to do at the minute because I'm in such vibrant colours. I'm really going to miss these colours when we get that way and there's more brown, because I know there's a lot of brown coming in this picture. But this part of the chart is so vibrant. It's absolutely lovely because it's the eye. There's lots of reds, yellows, pinks, purples, blues for the sky here. It's absolutely lovely to stitch on. So I haven't got bored of it yet. I'm doing 28 count fabric, 2 strands, half stitch. I did go backwards and forwards between 1 strand half stitch, but I hated it, so I'm back to 2 strands half stitch, and that's how it will stay. I will just have to deal with the awkwardness of getting the needle in when there's a lot of confetti and just keep up with it, because I do really like how vibrant it is with the 2 strands half stitch. But from now on, I think I will avoid 28 count, because 28 count is not my favourite. 25 count is my favourite. So yeah, I am super happy with the progress on this one. So that's all the stitching, but I think what I'm going to do to pick next week's is I'm going to go to my shelf right now and see what I haven't touched in a while, because I tend to be picking the same things up every week or every 2 weeks. So let me just go and see what charts I have. Okay, so I've got 3 that I just randomly picked, and I already know what this one is. So next week you will see Queen of the Seas, which that's where I am at the moment. Is it Dark Queen of the Seas? Sorry. Yeah, Dark Queen of the Seas. I have picked up my licensed stamped kit from Oraloa. So we'll do some of that one because I have not touched this one in a hot minute. Now this one I really should have done more work on. Is Karamea. It's actually it's a really new chart to me. I haven't done much progress on it at all, and I really want to. I want to get out of the background and get into the details, so that is a good one to pick. I'll show you where I am at the moment. Here's where I am currently in the background. So if I can get a good bit of progress done on that one this week, I will be very happy. Right, that is everything. I am going to go and hang some shelves up now. I was supposed to be putting shelves here in this corner. You might notice that there's 2 diamond paintings missing if you've ever seen my videos before. There was a lion on this one and a lion cub on the corner here. But I was supposed to be putting shelves up and it turns out there's loads of live wires in the wall, so I can't do it. So now I need to find somewhere else. So that's what I'm going to do for the rest of the day. And then I will sit down tonight and probably work on Karamea. You'll also see Venom and Lord of the Rings next week as always. Well, not always, but Venom will have 1 more week and then we will move on to March's. Oh, okay. So March's is Intrusive Thoughts by my daughter. So that's what we'll be working on after next week as the month's focus. But always Lord of the Rings. You'll always see Lord of the Rings. So if you really like that pattern, make sure you come back as often as you can, because I show it in every floss tube. So even if you miss one, you'll see it the next time. So I hope you all have a good week and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.